on camera today, you know. When I like, I share the video. See? Alright, live on TikTok. 3, 2, 1. Alright. I wanna deal with it. You know, some day in a day today and me I listen to right man go up on our live. And you know say a long time she don't go live. And I to just say, me say make me record it. And me I to just say, ladies and gentlemen, I want full 1 hour and 20. I couldn't even stop listening. I now go tell you no lie. If me tell you say I could have stopped listening and lie, me I tell. Me say right man go drop be facts back of facts and history and something. You understand? Due to, you know, say she are 45. Hassan, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. As you guys come in, please just smash up the like button. You see me? I say just tap up the screen 2 times with your fingers, double tap the screen, and you can share the live for me as well. Do remember that the donation link is pinned over by Bolo 2.0 on YouTube. And TikTokers, yeah, if you want to support, you know what to do on TikTok. I not beg nobody nothing. Can't tell you that right now. The only thing I beg enough to do, smash up the like button. Yeah? Yeah. So, alright, my brother. She spoke about a lot of things. She spoke about, you know, the past in terms of her growing up and her experience as a child. She did mention some of the statements that Vegas actually made mention of when he was a child. She spoke about the doctors, the Cuban doctors. She spoke about the state of KPH, because I did remember years ago that she had mentioned that KPH was in the position that we now know it's in. She actually did tell us about KPH years ago, and you know, Dr. Das came and really outlined. She spoke about Jesse James. Obviously, when you have to start about the history and the past, she talked about PJ, she talked about Siaga, she talked about Andrew Honest right now, and also Mark Golden. She talked about Mark Golden extensively. It was a fulsome discussion. Wagwan Odin, big up yourself, you know. Yeah, man, I'm go on top of the screen and I have 17 people on the live, so can I get 17 likes before we begin? Yeah, don't be mean with the likes them to the people, honestly. If you guys don't hit the like button, the video does not go out into the algorithm, you get me? Yeah, it is imperative that you guys hit the like button. I'm not gonna know if I'm talking here and there, I'm gonna touch, you know, I'm gonna hit home certain points that she did make. She talked about Portia Simpson Miller as well, and also I think Peter Phillips. She talked about Cliff Hughes. She talked about George Davis. She talked about a portion of thing. Nah, like she talked about a portion of thing. You see what I'm saying? As I said, it was a fulsome discussion, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, say a long time, she not go live, you know. Hold on there. Hey, Queen Dainty, what you say happen? Point me to the article there. Ryan Campbell, what up? What article that come into? You mean to tell me, say, after then try to tell Jesse James him need to resign? Jesse James Clark. What's the title of that article? Mighty God of Daniel. The man bar down the man say no Califam, no do the water. Jesus and P. And I know them come out and I say, I chew the man attack. I don't know tell the man saying for resign. What a wicked set of people them here. Hold on there. Coliform, bacteria in water, says Gleaner. Cheese and peas. Me say the youth come out and the man show evidence. And the man then come and talk about say Jesse James Clark for resign. What a wicked set of bomb. Oh, see article here. Some NWC system test positive for E. coli, but no need to boil water. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. So now admit say the same thing what the man did say are true. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that some water samples from system operated by the the National Water Commission, has tested positive for bacteria E. coli, but says there is currently no cause for alarm. Man, this is cap, bro. This is cap. This is cap. This is 100% cap. The ministry says it has not been deemed necessary to ask residents to boil water before use. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell the NWC this. Me have a friend, a very close friend of mine, that from me know him and him grandmother, them a boil water. Them don't drink pipe water. So even when them was saying that the pipe water was clean, the pipe water did have enough stuff in it, for them, like the chlorine, that was just too much. You see what I say? So they did boil the water same way. So if coliform, if fecal coliform, like they're now admitted was found in some of the samples, that is something. Why would they tell the people to not boil the water? People, they are now admitting that the fecal coliform is in some of the samples them in the area of St. Andrew, some of the rural areas of St. Andrew. Oh no boil, oh no water, don't make them tell you nothing. You see them wicked and lie. Them company news and say the youth a tell lie. Why the youth is a scientist, Jesse James Clark. Him so happen to be a part of the PMP. But you can see the youth is a nerd. The man who come out and come say something like that without evidence. And the man then go up on a conference the other day and the man then show the evidence from a CM test them from the NWC, and now days after that, now them a come admit say, you see how the man them wicked. Only if you trust them people here. That's where you going with. Only if you trust these people. How upon God green earth you can trust people like this? 1 minute they tell you say no, not like that no day in the water, and now una admit days almost 2 weeks now. Jesse James Clark come out with that story, you know. If me not mistaken, let me look back on my file. Because this is more serious than I want to think. Thank you for that. Thanks to give me that heads up. Because not even this will come off to talk about. Let me look back on my file. The first time I covered Jesse James Clark, I tell you say about 2 weeks ago, the man come out and the man say, yo, there is fecal coliform in the water. We don't want all show up on it. When you look on fecal coliform, all of the things them where it can actually do to you and make you sick, it's a very, very dangerous thing. You understand? And you would say, to be safe, boil the water. It's not a political, well, everything is a political issue according to Andrew Jones, but him never want to make it a political issue. The man say, yo, everybody in Jamaica needs to be careful, brother. Simple. That's how the man come say. The man never say just PMP to be careful. The man say everybody to be careful. So what oh, you have to fight down on you like that? Eh? You can imagine people and people go drink your water and go get sick. I eat that thing them are going with, bro. When them talk about say I lie, the youth I tell them for bill, brother. We can't believe this. Oh, but Jano. Look on this other master now. There's no cause for alarm. And you not have to boil the water. It explains that occurrences such as these are not usually, particularly during drought conditions. What? They are not unusual, particularly during drought conditions, following pipe breakages, heavy rainfall, and other environmental contamination events. So if them know all of this from the start, why in the God's green earth they never come out and say, yes, you know, there's levels of fecal coliform in the water and we have worked on it. Why they was trying to make Jesse James out to be a liar? That is messed up. Man, these dudes was also calling for the man to resign. The man, they wanna call for the man to resign, Ivan. Oh man, yo, Georgia. Yeah, them people are wicked, yeah, man. In such instances, Justice established protocol initiates an investigation to determine the cause, assess the extent of contamination, and guide the necessary corrective actions. This process is carried out in partnership with NWC, Municipal Corporation, and other water providers. It is important to clarify that a boiled water advertising is a public health precaution issued solely by the medical officer of health The authority is what? Hold on there. Yo, I be a this them a go and do this a story right now. I'm not telling a lie. But what me I go do? I have the speaker, so I go play my lady this me. You see me? So hold on, I'm go on mute again. Hold on.
Holy belly. Me not forget him. Greetings, Ranibot. Not forgetting. Alright, lovely. When I come off the live, I will check it. Yeah, man. But we have to be careful because a whole heap of them have personal vendettas. A whole heap of them are political activists in the force. So we have to be very careful. We're towing a dangerous line. You understand? We're towing a very dangerous line. Yep. But let it not be said that we are not happy that the crime rate is down, because the lower the crime rate is, the more lives that are saved.
True.
And all of us like that.
Of course.
All of us love it when there is no crime.
No one a crime, brother.
You understand? But at the end of the day, just watch the police numbers.
Yeah, right? The police killing them.
Because you're just moving the deaths from one column to the next. Because it's the same number of lives lost.
Yep.
If you're supposed to add some of those extrajudicial killings to the crime stats, you realize that we're not far behind where we normally are. You understand? They just don't call it murders anymore. Exactly. Because it's police murders.
Exactly.
That's the fact, you know.
Exactly.
That's the fact. Are you following me?
Yep, following you.
Yeah, man, that is what is happening. Now, there's something really important that I want to talk to you about.
Listen up.
And it has to do with public health. I'm not talking about the chicken today. If you don't want to eat the chicken, or not eat the chicken, just don't get a pic of them. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. If you don't want to eat the chicken, or not eat the chicken, just don't get a pic of them, the chicken.
Yeah,
because I see a lot of people like who got the chicken, putting up videos so that they got the chicken and them eat the chicken. Let me tell you something about salmonella, which is the bacteria that normally grows and spoils chicken. It doesn't affect everybody the same way. It might not bother you, but it might bother your child.
Exactly.
Right?
That type problem.
It might not bother you, but then you have it like, just think about COVID. You are not affected by it, but you still pass it on. Yeah. You don't wash your hands. Exactly. That bacteria you have now introduced this bacteria into your environs. You might have a little baby when now all of us have gastroenteritis, and you're wondering why this child has gastroenteritis, and it's the salmonella chicken where you go eat, where it never make you sick, but give you the bacteria anyway, and you pass it on to your picnic. It's a bacteria. You have introduced it into your space. Do you understand?
Yep. Totally get it.
That's the truth.
That are just the facts of the matter. You see, pray.
Why?
You know?
Yeah, a lifetime ago, and so I see something. Anyway, enough about that. A bigger concern of us is the shitty water. Why not? Why aren't more people talking about the contamination of the drinking water?
Well, we don't start about it, mama. Don't start about it, mama.
Why got on time and I even eat meat? So I'm glad. Me glad said they can't catch me with them something because I don't eat chicken. I'm not saying y'all need to do the same as me, but they can't catch me with it.
Well, back in the idea before bottled water.
They can't catch me with it.
Black people.
But we can talk about the water, contaminated water. There was a video today. Boy, I'm sorry, so I don't have no laptop to use my phone. And there was a video today of what happened in KCC. On the note, the JLP councillors were trying to get James Clark, fired or sanctioned or whatever they were trying to get done to him because he exposed them and them shitty water, right? Yeah. When you hear what I'm saying, y'all hearing me? When I see what I say, when I hear me, I don't know why they message them. Like they message them freeze or something. When let me know if you're seeing or hearing me. Tap up the live, let me know if you're seeing or hearing me. Because it's like it freeze. Okay, cool. Alright, lovely, thank you. I just want to know. Yes, as I'm saying, they need to be careful of that. They need to be careful of the water. We need to keep on it. Listen, let me tell you something. The JLP will not win the next election. They won't. It's just up to us to decide how much we want to win by. If we want to win by 1 seat or we want to win by 10 seats. When you following what I say?
That's a bold statement.
But before I leave, which was a week ago, every corner I turn, everywhere I go, I'm normally very good at reading the room. Like, I'm supposed to know by now that I have an extraordinary gift of discernment. It has always been my strength from I was a child coming up. I'm very perceptive, and I have that gift called discernment. And Jamaica is in a mood right now. I tell you about this silent majority, where them not say nothing. Them just ready for action. According to Gensec, Dayton Campbell, according to Gensec, we won the last enumeration exercise. And I think that is probably this was the end of March, the one that came the end of March. And I think that is probably one reason why the Labour right, them moving like some headless chicken now, them all over the place desperate. Promise diarrhea as usual, by the whole of the media. I don't care much for Trump and his policies, but I will say this to you.
I get too good at your job, you know.
We will have to look at his strategy and employ it. Because remember, I said the Democrats did freeze the Republicans out of mainstream media. And Republicans use alternative media and still win. Well, we have to do the same thing too. And I want to take this opportunity to pick up Andre Stevens, Andre Bryans, and Wayne Lonesome. Because even though I am not on here all the time, meaning I don't come live, you know, say, I don't even have time for block you. Let me tell you something, pal, me more. You see, when me see JLP, when I scroll through my feed and I see a JLP live or content, it disgusts me so much. It makes me feel like I want to puke. I can't tolerate labor rights at all. I have one question for you, Pal Maymore. What is your obsession with comrades? Thanks, Ran. Because me hate you like me hate labor right like a sore foot. And when me hate something, I avoid it at all costs. So why is it that labor rights are so obsessed with comrades? Hey, I've never watched a JLP conference, you know. I don't know how people sit down and watch JLP conference. Me no want all the budget the other day. I listened to Julian Robinson. I listened to Mark Golding. You can't get me listen to Andrew Oldness or Favor. Me have to get it, the information third party. You will never get me. You must be mad. Never. Me no want you no really bad. I have to say when I sick my stomach bad. Can't do that. So it boggles me. Why is it? It's like you see a little social club where you hate but you want to be in. It's like they're dying to be comrades. They're dying to be comrades. They want so badly to be comrades. They don't know how to fit in, so them try.
Somebody come in our chat, go disturb right mango. Of course, we must start cussing out to blur.
But man, God bless, me never see it yet. Never seen nothing like it yet. Imagine you claim to hate comrade and every time I say comrade.
I know some of them face it to them. Ready to tell about something. I tell me, yo, TikTok wild, you know?
Yeah, you're going to engage them. You can't get me engaged, labor right. You can't get, it's dunce, them dunce. It's not shame, it's dunce, them dunce. Them just dunce. And them know them dunce. Them know them dunce. What want Tara? There, you see, thank you, baby. I told you I'll try and fit in once in a while. From the corners of Siberia where I've gone into exile, so I can't come live because I know nobody not going to come try and beat down my door and lock me up. I was giving them the joke about 2020 when Tough Time tried to have me arrested. So I'm in election wartime mode now, so.
Tough Time tried to get her arrested, not even didn't know that.
You know, say, I will be talking the things then. I will be talking the things. Can't do every day, but certainly will be doing several days for the week.
Oh, yeah,
you understand? No, man, but the thing about it, God bless, is that it's like them have an aversion to sensible people. And then the worst part about it is when the sensible people join the JLP, them turn stupid. Look on the doctor now, Elon Parkinson. That man was the past president of the JMDA. Who called me? Somebody called me. He's supposed to have sense. Imagine Dr. Dawes, Alfred Dawes, also a past president of the same Jamaica Medical Doctors Association. Dayton Campbell was also a president. And Elan Thompson, yes, Elan Thompson, my apologies. Dr. Elan Thompson, he's an ENT doctor, I believe. He's supposed to have sense. No, I am not a doctor, but doctors still complain to me. The doctors have been complaining to me for the last, God knows how long. Me even giving them the story about what going on at KPH. Yeah. Long before it was. Yeah. Was I not one of the first people to come and tell us that KPH is like, you sure was disintegrating? Hey, look behind you. Did I not before I stopped my life? I've not been live now in 10 months. I stopped going live in June last year. That is good. And from when I was doing my lives regular, I never come over here and telling us that KPH is disintegrating. And I forget. I never telling us that KPH don't have no bed in the A&E and people have to be sleeping on the floor. That bad enough? No, from them time they are telling us that the doctor them a complain. Yep. So now how is it that this man all of a sudden JP name him a senator? And all of a sudden, he refuses to acknowledge the issues that the health sector is facing. And this is what I can't take with them. They become laborites and they sell their souls. I mean, if politics make you have to sell your soul, it is not for you. True, man. If politics make you have to lie to defend the foolishness, it is not for you. Same thing with Dana Marie, whatever she name, William, Dixon, she married name Dixon. Once politics make you have to sell your soul to toe party line, no, but you see the thing about it, one, you can know a labor right by the actions, you know. You can know a labor right by them actions. You see, comrades, when something is wrong, we rather keep them out, silent. And some of we who in the WhatsApp group can tell us, so when we go in the group, then we cuss dog rotten. Right? And sometimes we don't want to embarrass the party publicly, but we keep them out shut. We don't come out and defend the foolishness. If them to come in and go tell us the foolishness, don't go on in PNP. After them is not perfect. Foolishness. Only salvation and Jesus is perfect, you know. True. You understand? Like that. And sometimes it's but you keep your mouth quiet, but you can't say foolishness going on and you come out and defend the foolishness. No, Joe. And then one day after an article come out in the Gleaner and say, oh, the mold is gone, the theater is going open back. Dr. Dawes came out and said that there is a serious backlog being made worse by the mold in the operating theaters, which is spreading and it's at a state of catastrophe. And there's a domino effect. Where is the lie? And then you're going to say, oh, yes, there is mold, but it is being dealt with, and we shouldn't play politics with this, and nothing don't go, so nothing's being delayed. So 1 + 1 don't equal 2? You understand what I'm trying to say? Yep. It's better you keep quiet. True, man. Better you keep quiet. Sure, me can't stand them worse. Me just laugh after them. Then Tufton him is a next big idiot. No. Tufton say I'm going to get nurse from Philippines. Can you hear that, right? Listen up. Remember, you know, when Rubio come out. Yeah, but life without gun. Let me tell you something about mold. I'm glad you bring that up. Remember how the crisis at Cornwall Regional Hospital started with mold in the A&E? Yeah. My boy said mold travel. I never know that, you know. And by the time them start, them realize the mold take up the whole place. First of all, mold make you sick, you know. When mold go into your airways, you know, mold can kill you. Hey, remember this actress with the name Brittany Greer? And she used to star with a movie and she and her husband did. Is mold kill them? Mold infestation kill them. Wow. Mold can kill you. Wow. It kill a lot of people. That's crazy. Yeah, man. But it was making the nurses at Cornwall Regional sick. And that is when the nurses them start come out and talk about it now. Them did have to lock it down. Tap up the screen, people. And then when them start, them realize that the whole place full of mold. Double tap, get the lights up. And Dr. Dawes simply warned them of this. That KPH, if not dealt with properly, can become Cornwall Regional 2.0. The man never tell a lie. He did not lie. Thank you for tapping up the screen, guys. He never lie. TikTok, YouTube. But at the end of the day, you see, politics is a hell of a thing. Make people sell them soul. So me did talk about Tufton now. And the fact say, when Rubio get up and say, all our we have Cuban nurse need to get rid of them. Sonia. Everybody get up and talk except for Andrew Holness. Remember that? Me and Matley get up and talk. When name, down at Trinidad, Keith Rowley, get up and talk. Mr. Man from St. Vincent and the Great Grenadines, get up and talk. And all the leaders from the islands got up and talk. And Jamaica was deafeningly silent. Yeah, man. And Jamaica start. They never said nothing about it. And I mean, make sure I keep my mouth shut. Make sure, because I wanted to see what they were going to say and how they were going to say it. They said nothing. I found it very odd that Rubio decided to come to Jamaica, because that tell me two things. That Andrew was on his knees back ways. And that it tell me. It tell me that Andrew did up on his knees back ways. Bending himself into a pretzel to please Rubio. That's what it told me. And then all of a sudden, before this, now, most I want to know is me dance. I dance salsa. You know where salsa come from? Cuba. Therefore, I interact with a lot of Cubans.
Okay.
Right? I have a lot of Cuban friends. I've been dancing salsa from in the 90s. I know a lot of Cuban health professionals. And we have a little community. And some of them were leaving. And I load it up and I say, the Cubans are leaving. And them come out and say it's lie. Remember at first, them come out and say it's lie. Remember? Them say it's lie. I was telling the Cuban them not going anywhere. Them make up. A matter of fact, right after that, after the day after I pointed out, I made my video that because somebody did send a message to Pinky or Dear Dreamer, one of them people, they said the Cubans are leaving. And I did a video with it. And I said, it has been confirmed by me that the Cubans are leaving. I made it get my confirmation. And them come out and try to deny it and claim a little bit after that, when Rubio there, all of a sudden, Andrew bats for Cuban nurse.
Make sure you subscribe to your channel, man, because you see that tape here, I'm going to line you up good and post it different, you see me?
And Andrew, like them would have said, Andrew tell Rubio, say he's not getting rid of the nurses or some foolishness like that. Like he stood up to Rubio. That's the impression where them it was giving people. You can go back and look in the Gleaner. So that they are standing and they will stick by the Cuban nurses, is that them did say. But then when more and more people start post say, yeah, the Cuban them will leave for true. The people that will get help from the Cubans for them cataracts. All of a sudden, Christopher Tufton come out. The Cubans who are leaving them contract expire. So I go on article. The Cubans who are leaving them contract expire. I saw them say. I mean, I say, but when since, yeah, we know so them contract, but normally it's a rolling contract them get. Because me have Cubans who are here with me, know for all 20 years. And them there till them ready for go home. Them there till them ready for go home.
Get the likes up.
And some of these guys were not ready to go home. So him come out and say them contract expires. So I say, okay.
Left Jamaica yet. Then
and then them give it 2 more weeks because them wanted to come out on the head. I know you don't, because normally, alright, you say you're going to send home this set, that set. Where is the next set? We're supposed to come and fill them place.
No, in Ghana.
All of a sudden you hear that they are getting Filipino nurses from 3/4 way across the world who don't speak English. English is Philippines' first language. Wanna talk to me there? Now that's funny. And I'm not going to say that Cubans' first language is English either. But Cubans are taught English in school. So most Cubans are bilingual. Some might not be fluent, but they are bilingual because they learn English. Of course, the Cubans are the best, Shana. And that's why, while America export weapons, Cuba exporting healthcare professionals. That is their biggest export, healthcare professionals. And these people realize this. That is why they're trying to shut them down. You understand? But at the end of the day, you're going halfway across the world now. How are you going to work out the logistics now to carry all of these people from Philippines here? When you could simply stand with your Caribbean brothers and sisters and say, here what? We are going to give up the visa. We will keep the Cuban them.
Man, you
understand? Boy, Tara, there is English and there's English, but anyway, not my business. All I'm saying is the visa is more important. The visa is more important than your health.
Quite clear.
That is what it was. Basically, that is what is being demonstrated.
Yeah, you can see it.
But listen, we don't give a rat's ass about you, you know. We are keep with visa.
Yeah. Are you talking a joke shop?
That's basically what is being said. You have Ralph come out and it's not surprising. No, it's not surprising at all. It's not. Because we were never important. These are labor rights. We were never important. Love is an understatement. I'm obsessed with it. You understand? You'd think that Lord, him scraping off now. But it's like them don't have no top. Him can't fool, him can't the crack, it just can't fool. No, but you see, look how them try to kiss America ass. And then still get the same tariff as everybody else. Him bend himself in a pretzel. I say not never sweet me so. The man bed himself into a pretzel to accommodate these people, and then sanction them the same way them sanction everybody else. What did that tell
Everybody get the same treatment. We don't get no special.
Pick up yourself healthy week.
Crazy.
You have business in them. Oh, okay, I see.
No problem with
business more. Listen, soon have more business in America. If you know when me know just know him soon have a whole heap of business in America. Matter of fact, him soon can't left there. So make him go on. Make him go on. But at the end of the day, it is very telling when the so-called leaders of your countries them don't take your health seriously enough to make a stand. And the worst part about it is that so many people, so many nations around the world are making a stand.
Everybody a turn up.
But him still depend in knees.
Crawl upon them belly.
That's the bottom line. So many countries around the world just listen, you know what, this is bullshit, enough is enough. But no, sir. And the worst part about it is the people them will follow them so stupid. Like for instance, today I was following a post on the Gleaner that Brazil is now requiring they put back the visa restriction in place for US, Canada, and Australia. And I see labor rights in the comments saying, who is Brazil anyway? And whatever. So America is the be all and end all for them, you know.
True.
It's like them have this house slave mentality.
They do.
I don't understand it. It's like these people would be content if they were still in slavery. And they have this inferiority complex where they think that the white man is better than them. And they are quite content with being looked down upon. Like them hold these people. It's the biggest paradox ever because then them turn around and cuss Mark Golden because of his skin color. But yet them don't realize that we all see them groveling at the feet of the white man. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. That's the problem. Healthy week. They are dunce. It's like anything that is said to them, they're like sheep. They just inhale it. Alright, Atikil, big up yourself. Then just inhale it. Exactly, Bolo. And this is what I'm saying. I mean, Andrew Holness represents neo-colonialism. Want to see what's going on in...
So people, my statement I'm making in a chat this, someone I tell her, I say, Mark Bolo is actually fighting more for our freedom and independence in regards to him want to move totally away from the monarch, which is England. But the JLP want to stay with the Privy Council. But we all know why.
Burkina Faso.
Thanks for this follow.
And some of the African states. Burkina Faso, Mali, Malawi, Niger. No, Namibia has joined them, and to a lesser extent Ghana. Want to see what happening over there? Where the African leader, them just make up their mind, say enough is enough, and united them stand. And then your man Ibrahim Traore. But it's similar to what's happening in the Caribbean, where you have like a Mia Matley or Ralph Gonzalez. Think about it. It's very similar, just on a smaller scale, where the Caribbean leaders are working together to uplift the Caribbean people, and then you have that one sellout, like Andrew Holness. Just like in Africa, you have the one sellout. We're in charge of it's not Ivory Coast. The sellout is in
Ivory Coast leader sell out to Bomba. I never know that. I now follow up the African news too much, you know.
The president of Ivory Coast is a sellout over there.
Okay.
And it's like that one sellout.
Yeah,
that just holding back the progress and keeping his nation in darkness.
Terribly.
Oh, this unstable connection. This is an AI voice. The lips not in sync. I seen what you're saying, but I'm getting.
It's supposed to go there.
Thank you, Woody. But you always have those few. Africa is a larger scale, a larger version than us. But Andrew Holness is that one puppet. Like Ukraine was. Ukraine was also a puppet. And look where they are now. Andrew Holness is that one puppet. Wagwan Paula, Medea. Thank you, Paula. Appreciate it. But Andrew Holness is that puppet. He represents the puppet government, just like how the Ukraine guy was a puppet too. And look where Ukraine is now. If we don't mind, Andrew Holness make Jamaica end up in the same place, you know. Just have to remember, America, they're more interested. Thank you, Healthy Week. America more interested in what benefits them, right? They have
what do you mean by that, Sharon? Burying a son.
So while him on his knees, grabbing him.
Man, what do you mean?
Them only there to see what them can get. Are you following me?
Alright. Oh, you're not here better now?
So we just have to be careful. We gotta be careful. No friends at all. No friends.
People, all the sound stay. I mean, everything right near the speaker. I'm not supposed to go, you know. What do you mean burying a son? Let me know where you stay now.
Mr. Max, no friends. Only interests. Thanks, best babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Talk to me, Sharon. Talk to me.
What is one? All right. I'm freezing. Inactivity.
I'm in Chicago.
It look like them a report as usual, because you know, so them are going to try that. So, thank you, Healthy Week. Thank you, moderator. Thank you. That is what we're making there. My day of educating now. Another day we're going. We have to keep revisiting.
Something wrong with Sharon.
FinSac, you know. Thanks, Paula. We have to keep revisiting FinSac. We have to keep revisiting FinSac because we need to show the similarities between what happened during FinSac and what is happening with SSL. We need to pressure the government to release the Kroll report. I see that. What's your name? Jean Ann Panton's lawyer. Thank you, Shani. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when I came and I had on some filter, I made sure to remove it. So I think the filter is off. I'm not sure.
Thanks for the feedback.
No, I still have on some kind of filter, but yeah. Thank you, I appreciate that. What I want Ishtonium? We need the FinSac report and we need the Kroll report because we need to know the truth. We need to know the truth, right? Because if the truth is released, we can get them to stop spinning it. Pick up yourself in a buzz rock. We need to get the truth so they can stop spinning it. I saw one thing. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before I end the live today. I saw one thing yesterday where it made my blood boil, but I don't feel so bad because I realize that people now take on Andrew. Andrew is trying to change the narrative of what happened in the 70s. Missy Vegas and Missy Vegas tried to, and people laughing this con. Vegas come out now. Imagine, and this is something we're supposed to talk about from winning. Imagine Vegas were getting GED at 44 years old. And listen to me. And let me set this straight for the narrative, for the record. If you choose to uplift yourself at whatever age, that is good. That is very good. But don't come on here. When you've been illiterate till you're 40 years old, and now suddenly you act like say you know shit that did happen when you were 3 years old. No, it's not like Denise. He got his GED at 44 years old. It was in the papers. But if you get your GED, remember that to get your GED, all you need to do is prove say you're literate. Really, you know, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. You just have to prove. I mean, my son, could I get him GED? In Miami, of all places, apples. My 14-year-old could I get him GED? You know, it doesn't take much. So for you to get your GED at 44 years old, it means that you have basic literacy. And 5 years later, you're going to come now and acting like you're an expert at anything. Expert at what?
Sad.
And that you knew, because I mean, hello, we can calculate your age. Of course, I'm obviously slow, and I'm not. Listen, I don't have nothing against slow learners. But if you know you're slow and you're a slow old learner, what are you doing on the people in platform acting like say you can edit? What you're educating them on? What part of the economy you're educating them on? When if in 2019 you were 44, then you're 50 years old. That means if you're 50 years old now, that means you're born in 1975. If you're born in 1975, how the hell you know about product marriage in 1978? When you were 3 years old.
Hey man, wicked yeah, man.
Thanks, Chantel. Oh, you know about product marriage when you are 3 years old.
Go buy flour and you get.
In mad. No, I born 79. I born 9. No man, Shelly mad. From him finding baby mother in a bed with man in them house in mad.
One day you can't make
mad. That's why the pastor have to usher him out of the church. It's beer madness him go on. Remember saying him go through all sorts of phases and stages. I don't know why mad people are always attracted to JP, Lord. You see it as an opportunity.
Yo,
I remember product marriage. I born 1979. I born December 28, 1979. 10 days before the change of the decade.
When I listen to this,
right?
So history what she tell about when she younger. I say, oh,
I remember product marriage.
That's why she talk how she talk.
Because I remember saying my mother used to China book my hair. And she used to put the stocking cap over it, and every week, no one invite. Every week she cut another stocking. Yeah. Every week.
There you go.
For those who trying to invite me to play a game or rank or whatever I want to call it, remember, I've never played any of those games in like games.
Yeah, alright.
So I don't want nobody to. I remember when my mother used to China about me here, and she used to put on the stocking cap. Remember when we used to wear stocking head? Yeah. Stocking cap? She used to cut the stocking every week and tie it up and put it on my head. You understand? And this was in 2000. This was year 2000. This was in, it would have been between 84, 85. it would have been between 84 85. Oh, yeah, man, me see me never even know somebody talking over here. Good for him, I don't care. Me talk already. So let me tell you the story now. And I remember asking my mother. Why is it that if you don't wear the stockings, them, because she don't wear stockings, why you keep buying them and cutting them up? And she said they're married. So I couldn't understand the concept of marriage at that age, because to me, with my little young brain, marriage is between a man and a woman. So when she said it married, I am confused as hell. It's when I'm older now I figure out what she actually meant. But I was born in 79. I wasn't born in 78.
Yo, my mother older than you, Carol, and my mother know exactly what manga talk about when it comes to the marriage of goods and this. I told my mother come from there.
My mother telling me she's stocking married and she'd have to buy stockings to buy something else what she did want, and that's why she have all these stockings. And she don't. My mother never go church, right? She only go church once in a very, very blue moon. I never really grew up in the church, and so she never wears stocking. You understand? I never see my mother in a stocking yet. So she have all of these stockings cut up, make stocking head. I saw me know about product marriage, and that was in the 85, 86. Them time the Siaga was prime minister. No, I made a post on Facebook and I have people come on and say that products were indeed married from 1978 and 79. But it was because of the IMF involvement, direct involvement, and the CIA meddling. No, my love, my grandmother, which early 20s study. Me a big woman. Big woman. Me a 45. I born December 20th, 1979. This year I'm 46. Marching steadily on to 50. My son has 25, you know, it's what I'm going to know. Which you could pick me? No, sir. So, thank you, Bolo. So, when we see this man now with him lie at self, about at 3 years old, his mother sent him go shop and ended up to buy pad and whatever. And ended up to buy pad. Then, it's so for him, mother would have saw what list to send out a 3-year-old to buy a shop by himself. So, he could have tell we about product marriage. Is either him lie or his mother careless? Do Mr. V, I don't know if him can see the life, because I know my moderator block him, but it's either your mother careless or you lie.
You lie, man.
See, then mother used to buy Stay Free with flour, right? But when was that? And why was that? So how is it that you're going to, and you see, if I were JLP, I would not go near the 70s, because the CIA have released their data showing that, in fact, they did destabilize Jamaica in the 70s. Remember I said Donald Trump released some of the information what they know to find out what happened to Kennedy. In the context, because of Robert Kennedy being the Secretary for Health, whatever, or similar to our Minister of Health, the Home Health Secretary, whatever. Of course, it was because of CIA. So because Bobby Kennedy want to find out what happened to his uncle, they released some of the data the other day. And it did show so there is a destabilization program in not just Jamaica but several other Caribbean. It was released March 19th, I believe.
Trump released that.
So them can't deny it. So it puzzles me that they would really want to go down the road of talking about the 70s, and Andrew Bones did it too.
They released everything.
Day before yesterday, talking about PNP have to live with them legacy of financial crisis. So, let me ask him something. Him forget say, Artisha failed 10 IMF tests consecutively, and it's Dr. Peter Phillips have to pull Jamaica out of the slump. So, is that legacy you want PNP to live with? Because we can't live with that legacy there. We can live with the fact that JLP under Edward Seaga in the 1980s completely destroyed Jamaica and had 30% of Jamaicans living below the poverty line. And also said during that time he had the GDP over 213%.
Hey.
We can remember that too. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of legacy he want PNP to live with. Exactly, sucks. The same thing they're doing now. And man, you see what is happening now, sucks? With them strong arming and saying get rid of the Cuban this and that. That's the same. That's how it started. Exactly, Kai. All of them get rich under PNP. And then create the perfect storm for PNP to fall into in the 90s with FinSoc and then try to blame PNP for it.
Then skill your friend.
But you see, comrades, I can tell you something. You see, an educated comrade. No, born to be a winner. I disagree with you. They were tricking the youngsters 15 years ago, but you see them set a youngster here, we start voting out the Gen Z them. They not trick them. The one them were in them 30s now, and them get tricked. The one them were in them 30s, no. But you see the one them when now just ready for vote up to about 25, the youth, 18 to 25.
No,
them eat Andrew and JP like a dose of poison.
Like a
the one them up in them 35 now is the problem. Right? They are the last generation who did decide to them want see what JLP is like. It's them the voting JLP now. That set of grads might they we decide say them them want to see what life is like under the JLP, even though them parents and grandparents tell them say Labour right are wicked. One thing you must always listen to your mother, especially your granny. Listen to your granny.
No man,
listen to your granny. And your granny tell you say Labour right are wicked. Listen to your granny.
Listen to no granny,
I mean, come on. No one live to see it. But you see this new generation now, every day them on TikTok because the government. But just have a look at them and laugh. Me see her one who is a Labourite and say she grew up as a Labourite. Me see her panera, cause her sister say, her sister don't have no sense because everything Andrew tell them listen to. And she's like, these people are something else. So this new generation we're coming up now, all if them family are Labourite, they make up their minds. They have to get rid of them, have to vote him out. Them have to vote him out.
Vote them out, man.
So it's sticky on them. As them won't turn against them. Me see some people, some of the biggest content creators on TikTok right now are former Labourites who make up their minds so them are going to vote for PNP. Those are some of the biggest content creators right now. It's like them so vexed and them did vote. Jesus, them vex is like when you see some of them upset. But so as I'm saying, we have to make them know, because since them want to bring up the 70s, I don't think it's a road that they should go down. They shouldn't go down the road of the 80s either. Them never know the truth at all, right? But them live it now. You understand? And then the generation where after them now, the one them between 18 and 25 right now, they have them as one set of idiots because they're like, really? Want to vote for this brother here? The 18 to 25 age group, the youth vote. Them people that ever vote out Andrew, I never ask. Every day them depend TikTok of course. When I was growing up in the 80s, because I grew up in the 80s, as I said to you, I born the last month of the 70s. So I grew up. Basically, for all intents and purposes, I'm a 80s baby. Right? So I grew up in the 80s. And if somebody call you a Labourite in the 80s, up into the 90s, and the biggest insult that, it better them tell you about your mother than call you a Labourite. I kid you not. I remember being in first form and I went to Campion College. I will never forget this guy. Your man told us everybody cuss them, but I will never forget this guy. At my school, very, very elite and elitist and classes. And I remember having an argument with somebody who was in a different stream of first form than me. And you know what the brother cussed me and say? Go man, I can bet you're one of them dirty liver right there from down. I can't remember where he come from. The man cussed me. I said, he's a dirty liver, a ball. That I mean first form, and I was 11 for a ball. I said, I'm a ball for about a week. I kid you not. Every time I go to school, I cry. Hey, lady Andrea, what's so funny? I said, the boy cussed me and say, I can bet you. I wonder if he, say, he is a comrade, but now I'm going to load him up. But when I see him, I go remind him. Oh, when me in a first form, him cussed me and say, can bet he's a dirty labor, right? I cry. I was 11 years old. I cry. Because it's the biggest insult you could have insult somebody and call them a labor, right? When you're grown. And you know when that good perception changed? Say you're good too, you see? That perception changed in the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, all of a sudden, that's it. We're in them youth at that time. Wagwan Omar Hebi, were young people in the early 2000s. Them are the problem. Probably about my age group, but me was never Labourite. Never, ever. Could have never be. But that set was the problem. The early 40s, the late 30s, early 40s.
Emily, you need to reach out.
Them cause the problem. The millennials. Yeah, man, Papa, my good. Good. Papa, I soon come off though, because I need to get some sleep. We are not on the same time zone.
Then nobody have to send me the link now.
Yes, Carter, I want to make sure I want to tape it so that I can see it, record it and send it out, because I can't see it. I'm not there. I can't watch it. I not tell you what time it is. I just know say night. Yeah, man, once in a while I'll do it. It won't be every day, but Auntie Andrea, Labourite is about the midnight water. You don't call, the worst thing you could have done to a Jamaican back in the days, call somebody a Labourite. My last story before I go. What I tell you say?
Don't peer
I know for a fact that they are stupid.
Don't peer in the mind when she said last story. She said last story about street, and right now me have About 30 minutes left of film and I speed up.
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, in the 80s again, my parents were doing construction on the house, right? They was slabbing the roof because we did have the zinc roof. After Gilbert, it was after Gilbert when we lose some of the zinc. They make up their mind, so they're going to slab the roof. And the people them was working on the house. And I was listening to the conversation from my bedroom because my bedroom was at the back where they had to slab, because the kitchen is a 2-story house. And the kitchen was 1 story, right? But that part was zinc. So when them take off the zinc now, I could look from my bedroom window directly down into the kitchen, so I could hear everything they were speaking about. So I listen to them. I may hear one of them, because that time them I think they were rendering or something. I may listening to them. I may hear the man, one of them give out. That's why I think it was near the election. Right? It would have been somewhere near 89 because we were in campaign mode to go into 89 election. Remember, say JP lose 80, not 89.
What's up, baby?
Right? So, me only hear them attack, 2 of the workers them attack, and me hear one of them say, boy, can't vote PNP because white man have to rule the country. Because that time it was Siaga, right? Because black people don't have no sense. And black people can't rule the place. Right? And the right thing for us to do is go back under England. And him hope say when Siaga win back, we'll go back under England. It was at that stage I realized that labor rights don't have no sense. I was 8 years old. In Gilbert, I was 8 years old. My phone one plug in. I was 8 years old.
No, I'm not telling like that. Freak up still for those all the Jamaicans they think that way there, you know. So we can't move from under England because we have to be ruled by a white man. Sad.
Alright? Because remember now, I'm telling you when I'm born. So I never turned 10, I never turned 9 yet. I would have been 9 later that year. It was at that moment I realized that labor rights have no sense, because I was listening to this man and I was like, no, this is some big greyback Asterian man, you know. Black people can't rule themselves. The white man must rule us because we should have still. He was almost saying, yes, I'm 45, I'm almost 46. I said it, I'll be 46 in December. I'm born December 79. So I was saying, that's what I'm saying, that I realized at that point that they have a serious inferiority complex. So I find it hilarious now when me hear them. Exactly, Becca, you take the words out of my mouth. So I find it hilarious now when I hear them cussing Mark Golden in one breath, but kissing America out in the next breath. Not just America, England too. I remember I said them did they kiss England but it 2 years ago, you know, and I try to get Camille upon Commonwealth, Gensec, you know. So in one breath, they're trying to turn Jamaicans against Mark Golden. And Mark Golden, what's up, Payday? How are you? How you doing?
Crazy, where's the ice?
Mark Golden is like a Michael Manley. His skin might look one way, but his brain think another way. And Jamaicans need to understand that Michael Manley, skin tone, never changed what was in his brain and the progress that he made for Jamaica. Him uplift. Listen to me. If it wasn't for Edward Siaga in 1980, do you know how far ahead Jamaica would be now? We keep comparing, and this is what upsets me about labor rights. They keep comparing Jamaica to Singapore, yet the Singapore people, them, when they can't remember when name, come Jamaica and say we were educating our masses, went back to Singapore and did the same thing without resistance. And look where they are now. You have to educate the people. Michael Manley is responsible for educating an entire generation of people. And since the 80s, a bare idiot. Because JP cut out the drive to educate Jamaican people. And if Mark Golden can do the same thing and go out there and make up his mind, say, him going to educate Jamaican people, which he has already committed to, by the way. For those of you who don't know, if you had listened to both Julian Robinson and Mark Golden, you would have realized that they intend to adopt almost the same education campaign, national education campaign, that Michael Manley adopted.
These are facts.
And it's same so. In the 70s, people laugh after him and tell him say it couldn't happen and how it would have blown the budget. And he still did it.
Yep.
When Mark Golden, exactly anti. When Mark Golden has committed to doing it.
You know how much older people are rich right now. We get free education. Then turn doctor and then sit there for an end time there. Me if you tell you. Free university. Free.
Carter one. Because I got no. We full of too much stupid people, man. Your country, can't have so much stupid people in one country. And I see a lot of people when Mark Golden came out and stand at the wicket for education, a lot of them claiming, say, education cannot put food on them table. Being educated, not giving them jobs.
But the economy
Not the same thing that like saltfish better than education. When you answer me now, not the same thing as saltfish better than education. This
sure is.
Imagine 50 years forward and JLP still saying saltfish better than education.
God damn. That's crazy.
50 years later. Them just not saying saltfish anymore.
Them say, I mean, you man say
they're still saying saltfish better than education without saying saltfish better than them. No, it's chicken out of Elcha better than education.
Mighty God. No, some murder. Bolo.
They're stupid. If you can be so easily indoctrinated, you're stupid, and Andre, you're stupid.
Boy, now can't trick me, no? Not to the level there.
If somebody can turn you into a sheep, so that you deactivate your brain, you're stupid.
You're lying. We're not sheep, you know. We're sheep.
In what educated society in the world
Simple Pebbles
do you see people not thriving? Which country which have a significant portion of its population educated do you not see a high standard of living? I'm waiting for you to name them out.
Every one of them will have good education.
Damn right, them can't buy saltfish.
People make crazy money. Every one of them.
Every country that has gone on a path of educating its masses is successful. Look at the Scandinavian countries. Norway, Denmark, Finland, Sweden, Switzerland. Any country where concentrate, as we say already, we did already say the people that will come out here, right? Where everybody always call them name. They come out here and then take what Mandy was doing, go to their own countries with it and make it work.
Share up your life.
The Scandinavian countries are socialist, you know. They're socialists.
Let's get to 200 people in the chat. Let's share up the life.
The same, if you see where the world is going now, you realize that capitalism is failing. And if it wasn't for Reagan and Thatcher in the 1980s, the world would have been much further ahead than it is now. Like, those are just the facts.
Damn.
When them call it the Washington, when them call it again? When them want to indoctrinate everybody into capitalism. In 83, they signed it. And then they came with the Caribbean Basin Initiative, which is now being revised by Trump to basically dump American shit on us. Them GMO foods.
Terrible.
Y'all just be careful here. Because you see this importation thing, this tariff thing, Washington consensus, thanks you. My brain tired. It late, you know. It late, so my brain. And you know, anytime Kamala brain starts slow down, this car's Kamala tired. Yes, the Washington consensus.
She's not gonna wait.
Alright, the Washington consensus.
Hey, thank you for joining the membership.
Lee Kuan Yew came to Jamaica in the 60s, not the 70s.
Thanks for joining the team. Thank you. Thank you, Simple Pebbles. Appreciate that.
But at the end of the day, Mandy's educational policies were copied and made several nations successful. Because he copied that from Cuba.
You hear that?
And now what is Cuba exporting? You see, the thing is, no matter how you try to stop a country like them, they will always do well because of their high levels of education. Some people say 50s, some people say 60s, some people say 70s. I wasn't born. But I will tell you this.
So you tell me, say,
many nations copied Michael Manley's education. He copied it from Cuba, the free education thing.
Cuba,
I know, as I said, Cuba is now exporting professionals. We were doing it to a lesser extent, but we're still doing it to a lesser extent, you know. We're still doing it. We're still doing it to a lesser extent because at the end of the day, we still export nurses and teachers. But Cuba exporting doctors. That could have been us. You know how many people went to school for free in the 70s and in the 70s. You know how many Jamaican people went to university for free, including my parents?
Where's the lie?
In the 70s.
Where's the lie?
An entire generation of sensible people, and that was reversed. No, Manley's education, blessed Manley's education model was not British; it was Cuban, where he concentrated.
You are going to know people. So Norman Manley put in the education thing to a next level. And him get it from Cuba. Because Cuba's greatest resources is his people. So Cuba invests in our people. So when you hear Mark Golding come out and talk about helping people for rent to own them own home and sending the first child in the family that is eligible to go to college, giving them a free education, that is a microcosm. That's a small way of how. Michael man is sorry class prefect. That's why I mean class prefect in a class in the car. I tell you say, he's a man who take correction. You know. Thank you, my brother. Michael Manley is a microcosm of what Michael Manley did in his time. So basically, this is a different time now. There's different challenges, right? So you know, I think the PNP is easing their way into the right direction. And to be honest with you, once the economy is built further, it's gonna give them more latitude to do more for the people of Jamaica, moving in the same direction. You get what I say? So keeping within the fiscal discipline and prudence that the PNP set for the economy is gonna make sure that certain things is maintained, like the debt to ratio, percentages and all of that stuff, right? And also with the focus on the agriculture, that is going to help the economy itself to grow more than, well, it hasn't grown in the last, it has not grown, period. So anyway, they have just maintained rates that it has not grown. That's going to help the economy to actually grow. So you have our people that is now owning their own homes, right, within that period of time, or at least the program is set where they are on their way to owning their own homes. The faster they pay for it, the better for them. They're going to own the land. The land is going to be equity. The students are going to be more encouraged to go to school because of the program, the right program. Also the program to give them food, at least one meal per day. And they're trying to squeeze breakfast into that depending upon how the economy goes. So you're going to have a better attendance at school with the children, them. Pushing them to get a scholarship. You know what I mean? Are trying to be the first child in their household. And that, you see, that's good competition amongst children in our household. You understand? Because them are going to want to make themselves proud and them parents proud. I know when I was going to school, hey, in my time, learning was a competition. Like who was the brightest person was a thing. How much you come in your class was a thing. Them type of competition that me know about when me I go to school. You feel me I deal with? It was a real thing. Everybody was trying to like, or for the most part, people was trying to like be on their A game where education is concerned. So that energy that them I come with is just the right energy. You understand? It's just the right energy. You send me on WhatsApp, me now go to it. No, because me have some more of this to play. Hold on.
Concentrated on literacy and then tertiary education. I remember saying his man start Jamalina, so he went on a drive to make 90% of the population literate. And then him make up his mind, say him want, he was trying to get I think he was trying to get 70% of the population with tertiary education. You understand? So that is why people went to university for free, because before that, most Jamaicans couldn't afford to go to university. It's see, I got reversed that in the 1980s. You had people who went to university for free up to 81, I believe, and Siaga reversed that and said we couldn't afford it. Because him don't want the people them stupid. Because him know sensible people wouldn't vote. Because guess what? The people them who were going to university were smart enough to know not to vote for Siaga. And that is why Labourites are so stupid. You understand?
No, you can't drop it in the comments, bro.
That is the story that we know.
You hear me I say? You have to link me on WhatsApp. You're not a moderator, so you can't put it in the comments. Send me, the WhatsApp number is 876-451-6535. 876-451-6535.
Be true now. Yes, Cathy. We have to remind people them now. So the reason why free education was abolished, free up to tertiary level free education, was because of Eddie in the 80s. And another time we're going to talk about in the 80s and a lot of and the Caribbean Basin Initiative, because a lot of people blame PNP for freeing up the economy in the 90s, not realizing that we didn't have a choice because Siaga shut down so many industries in the 80s. But you know, say, we used to make car parts and shoes out here. You know, say Jamaica did have leader mode and Gator. Who remember Gators? Not just nurses and midwives, because Kingston School thing. You understand? Not just nurses and midwives, doctors were trained for free. And if we couldn't train them, we'll send them, go Russia or Cuba, go train them too. You remember ballet, not ballet, but Gator and leader mode? Well, in the 70s, in the early 80s, I should say, it was okay to wear butter. Yes, and butter too. In the early 80s, it was okay to wear Jamaican-made shoes. And then the people started being indoctrinated against Jamaican stuff. All of a sudden, Jamaican things weren't good enough anymore. Because of Siaga. Because of Siaga. Because all of a sudden, foreign things better than local things. Thank you, Socks.
Wow.
All of a sudden, Siaga started to indoctrinate the people that American things were better than Jamaican things, and it has to come from foreign to be good. Because before that, we're full of pride.
But they say your auntie used to work a leader mode, but
the 80s with pride start leave we, and we start believing the foreign things better than Jamaican things.
I'm out.
Good afternoon, Taurus, baby. So don't make them come telling about oh PNP was horrible for Jamaican. Then it's like so where did butter come from, Snapper? Where did butter come from? Hey Tremaine, what's up, honey? Where did butter come from? But I know leader mode and Gator were Jamaican. Are you Maisel Lynn McIntosh, where I'm getting my information? This is why it's important to read and do your research, because all the information is okay, Snapper, thanks for that. Bata was England. But I remember that leader mode, and remember, say it's going to tell me Bata, but I remember that leader mode and Gator were Jamaican brands, and they shut down in the 80s. All of a sudden, people want American goods. Me remember that, because I grew up in the 80s. I remember when we started getting an influx of leader was LEDER. When we started getting an influx of foreign goods. Right? I remember that. SYM, I think probably you mean that for yourself, but just remember, say Bruce Golden sell Air Jamaica or National Treasure. So you shouldn't bring up anything about who sell what till you remember, say Bruce Golden sold our National Treasure, Air Jamaica. Yeah, Bruce Golden sold that. And we're going to talk about the 90s too, and why we had to free up. Why we had to free up the market. Because it was discussed recently. It was discussed recently by noted economists Andre Horton, Dr. Andre Horton, as well as PJ Patterson himself. A lot of people listen to the labor right propaganda. Thank you, Auntie Andrea.
PJ wants some money there.
You understand? Well, you know, Auntie Andrea, we come from the same family, so you know I born into this. But as I was saying, a lot of what happened in the 90s because of the freeing up of the economy is as a result of we having to bring the IMF back. And that was one of the stipulations of the Washington Consensus that we were talking about. Wagwan best man.
A whole heap of people need to go research the Washington Consensus. Because when you hear them talk about FinSoc, the Washington Consensus is what caused all of that. You understand? Just go and look up. And the IMF even apologized to the PNP government. Them apologize privately. Them listen, just go listen to Andre Horton, youth from Mobile. He's a brilliant youth. Him actually visit IMF. You understand what I say? Him understand what happened. Him understand both sides and all of it. You see me? The picture where them are paint about FinSoc is a lie. Period. The picture where them are paint about it, we know says a lie. Just go research the Washington Consensus. Well, if people now go do it because they just want to believe them what they want to believe, so them now go actually read. Because reading is fundamental and we rather watch one video. But if you go and do the research, the Washington Consensus, just go read that. go and there's documentaries on the Washington Consensus. And that caused everything. You understand? The PNP was responding. Them actually when I try to help. You see me? Yeah. It was like what you call the perfect storm. It was just the perfect storm. But I digress. Let's continue. Let me see. Zach Najad. Yeah, sister. Yeah, big up, big up. Let's continue.
That we were talking about. Wagwan best man. That is one of the one of the stipulations. But I posted on my page probably a few weeks ago, an article, the same time when gay gas come out and talk about the product marriage in the 70s. And I showed an excerpt of an article that was written by New York Post in 1984.
No, people, it's the article we shall talk about. They get the article from Wayne Lonesome. And I played it on my platform. I did a whole special on it. No, I have to do another revision to add on another context to it. That's further going to prove the point because I have the information, but because the news cycle is going the way it has, I haven't been able to cover that. But it's coming. The right time, it's coming. Just go on, watch them, man. Watch every video. Don't miss any video. Trust me. You just don't want to miss no video. All right? Good.
That product marriage was happening at that time. Right? That product marriage was happening at that time. Right? So when I posted that article, actually it told you everything that was happening at that time. And that article was published September 1984. And it was giving you a synopsis of why product marriage was happening. And it was telling you what was happening in the economy with Edward Seaga as the Prime Minister.
One thing I'm sure about.
And this was not a local paper. This was New York Post. And they were interviewing people talking about how things were hard and how them have to go in and buy everything ration. This was 1984.
Man, she is speaking all facts right now, bro. Lorraine, how you doing? Lorraine, you find me on Instagram, on TikTok. Lorraine, that? I miss Mickle that? Walla there. See one pretty face a while ago. She gone. Oh, you run. A different Lorraine, man.
Remember, Seaga called a snap election in 83, no? So this was technically in second term. So this whole idea that Seaga rescued the economy is a fallacy. Because in his second term, it is documented that Jamaicans were still suffering. In 1985, we had a 30% poverty rate. 30%.
That's crazy.
Of Jamaicans were living below the poverty line.
You can't fight statistics.
Remember, the debt was 213% of GDP. When the PNP took office in 1989. And him blame it on Gilbert when it was going up and up way before Gilbert.
Oh, no. So hold on then. So Andrew Honest really are you Seaga playbook? Because he might blame everything that happened in Jamaica erode the economy from Beryl. The storm we go on with there. I see him thing he wanna do. Oh my God. This is crazy, bro. That can't be a coincidence.
Gilbert.
That's crazy.
Seaga had two terms technically, 1980 and 1983 when he called a snap election when the PNP never contested and JP had all the seats.
Jesus
Are you going to dispute that?
Father God, forgive me.
Seaga won in 1980 and he called a snap election in 1983 and the PNP did not contest, I should say. And JP took over all the seats.
Wow.
60-0. Because it was 60 seats at that time.
That's crazy, you know?
Thank you. Alexandria Hospital being one of them, because when I was a drug rep, I got the history of that hospital. He closed down all of the hospital them.
I heard about that.
The PNP did not come back into...
I heard about that. He closed down all the hospitals. Bro, who does that? Who does... Is that what the JLP is doing right now? On that style? Why we have so much problems in the healthcare system? Are they indirectly closing? Is this the Seaga playbook? What the bro, listen, that just come to me a while ago. Oh my God. This is wild, bro.
Oh,
Let me tell you something. When I was listening to this earlier, that never came to my mind. That's why you have to listen good content twice, sometimes 3 times. Because there's something that you missed. Yo, is he doing the same thing Siaga was doing on the style? Oh my God.
1989. When he called the election again and lose. And Manley was the prime minister until 1992 when he stepped down. Snapper product marriage was happening under Siaga too, because I remember it, and I was not alive in Michael Manley's first term. I was born in the last, I shouldn't say I wasn't alive, I would have been too young to remember, because I was born in December 1979. But I remember product marriage as a child, and I have documented proof that Edward Siaga married products right up until 1986. It was documented by the NY Post in an article they wrote in September 1984. And I remember my stocking head cap them when my mother used to cut up the stocking them and put on my head. You don't have to believe it. You can do your own research, but you don't want the truth. You want propaganda. So your cognitive dissonance won't allow you to look outside the box and go and do your own research. New York Post wrote an article in September 1984 about product marriage. You don't have to take my word.
Yo, I have that article right now. Anybody want it, hit me up on 876-451-6535. WhatsApp me on 876-451-6535. All right? I got that article and more. The same article that she's talking about, hit me up.
For it, go and Google it yourself. And I remember it. I remember it clearly. Know about product marriage, because my mother, when I repeated myself now, when I asked my mother about why she buy the stocking then if she don't wear stocking, because my mother never wears stocking, only to cut them up and put them on my head, because I used to hate stocking cap. She tell me it married. Those were her exact words, it married, and I never understand what she mean, because as far as me did know in my little young brain, it's only man and woman can get married, because I couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 years old.
The number is 876-451, that's 451 6535. 876-451 6535.
The oldest 6. But I remember that conversation distinctly. And my mother never said me go shop, go buy no product. I never tell like I'm a poor mother like some people. I only knew about product marriage because of the stocking cap. And as I said, I born December 1979. So.
She's a Saggy, but she born December. Okay.
I would not have been wearing stocking caps in 1978 or 76 or 79 because I was not alive at that time. I was born December 1979. So this is in the 80s. I can only recollect what was happening. My earliest recollection was of basic school, and I went to Jamaica House Basic School, and I remember going to basic school 83, 84. I remember every year of basic school from where I start to where I end. So that means my first recollection was at 3 years old. That would have been 83.
She was 3 when she... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Esther, how you doing? Florence Hamilton, last time I see you. Class prefect, big up. Errol Campbell. Who else is in the building, man? Who else is in the building? We got Zach Najad. Big up. My friend Sharon in our place. School of Mashar up, which is still there. Let me see. We have Patrick over here, so. Alright, big up the people on TikTok, big up the people on YouTube. You see me? Guys, remember that the donation link is pinned. Feel free to endorse the platform monetarily from Cash App or PayPal. Alright? Yeah, let's continue.
3.
Can't take no call now.
So therefore, for me to remember stocking cap, it would have been 83, 84, 85, them timed. And the article that was written by New York Post was September 19.
Lord God, I can't take no call now. What do to me?
Alignment with my memory. So I can only rely on that.
Oh, I'm telling you for WhatsApp me. I say I can't take a call now.
Yes, unique upholstery, I'm telling you. Some men don't know where them talk about Siaga never have product marriage. Who them a try fool and me live through it?
No, there was, let me tell you, there was product marriage in Michael Manley time thing about what it happens. It didn't happen only. So then they have some investigator where they go around because there was an article out for that as well. Then they have investigator who wanna go around and I check on them place there. But in a Siaga time it was like a thing, it was like a legal, legit thing where they went and married things. And a lie she tell. It documented, it's facts, it's just facts. Is that what I'm saying? No joke.
Of product marriage. Who them a try fool and me live through it? Then tell us, Becca. Because you say you know both periods. So you see, it's more than one. So they're trying to this lie that, oh, it was Manley with product marriage. I said, no. I remember Jamaica celebrated in 1989 when Manley win that election. I still remember how much people was on the road rolling up and down with pot knocking. I remember that this thing all the day after people all over the places like people so happy to get rid of Siaga.
Wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
Me remember that. Oh, people celebrate, people ball, live in high water.
Hey.
Me remember that.
I can't. I was a baby, goddamn.
Me remember that. I remember I was in prep school at that time. I was going to vast prep.
Yeah, I was a baby.
And how people did happy. People were so happy. So when people talk about why is Manley mash up the economy, that is a fallacy.
Look at me, so you say
that was a fallacy, lie from the pit of hell. Because the CIA has already come out and said that they worked with Siaga to destabilize Jamaica.
Yeah, people, the new document them where the CIA put out the other day, where Trump released, it has now verified the involvement of Siaga in destabilizing Jamaica. And the truth is just the truth. The truth is just the truth.
And I can't understand how so many people support a man who acted. He should have been charged with, thanks, Rosemary. He should have been charged with treason. Thank you. Yeah, when you try to get me to 100,000 before me end, please. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. I really appreciate it. Because it's the one thing with women there, it's expensive. I mean, if you go buy the stuff them, from the dopey them. Enough dopey there. Enough dopey there. It's haunted. They have ghost tourism where I am. So it's like, it's a real thing. No, it's not a joke. I did a video on it. All the dopey coming in my room. Jesus. Yes, Howard, they even tired. Listen, I hope that one day the PNP can work with somebody in the USA to just, that probably are ex-CIA. You have all of these people who were ex-CIA agents that are now speaking. Some of them write books, and we should be able to produce one of those books into a movie, even for Netflix. When PNP come back in power, we need to do that. Produce something on Netflix, just like how we did to Bob Marley. For the laborites to suddenly realize that the GLP was behind Bob Marley's attempted assassination because it was Jim Brown who did it. And Bob Marley said it was Jim Brown who did it. Before that, they would never believe it. And that was on the CIA's orders, by the way. That was under the CIA's orders. Thank you, Mindsight. Thank you. So we need to get something. Produce a docu-series, a movie, something. I would prefer a docu-series that basically just outlines what happened in the 70s in Jamaica. So that Jamaicans can suddenly put this to rest, so that these idiots who run behind Andrew Holness can stop distorting the truth. Because what they're doing, they're trying to change history. Yes, I read that book in 2006. Confessions of I'm actually posted it on here. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. That book didn't only outline what they did, what the CIA did to Jamaica. It outlined what they did to the world and how many countries they infiltrated. So it's not just based on Jamaica, but it does speak about what happened in Jamaica. So that's a very good book to buy. John, I can't remember the author's name. Let me find it. John, I'm not tell you right now, but I read that book. My brother told me about that book, actually. You know, when my brother told me about that book, what him realized, say, we can't do nothing when he read that book. We can't do nothing about the circumstances, no matter how hard we try. When he read that book, because you realize just how much control these people have. Yeah, them have a puppet there in over El Salvador right now, where everybody talk about is a hero. No, it wasn't John Maxwell. It was John something else. It wasn't a Jamaican. I'm going to give you the name right now.
Brr.
John Perkins. That's his name, John Perkins. I don't know if you can see it on the screen.
People, when I tell them say history classes, you don't think a joke. Them a type of class you have to get a pen and paper and start writing them reference on them something. Dangerous.
Let me turn down the brightness so you can see it on this. But is John Perkins the author name? And he used to be in the CIA. And he wrote this book. And in laid out, he told you what an economic hitman is, the role them play, him lay everything out. Turn on the brightness so hopefully you can see it. This is what it looks like. This is a very good book to read. John Perkins, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. So it's on Amazon, so you can look it up and read it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to come off now. It's almost 2 hours late. I'm hungry. Type it for me. Confessions of an Economic... We're near there, so. Economic Hitman by John Perkins. Harass them during elections, and I am out of them parts there. But just so you know that I will be out. I won't be coming back until may I come home, come vote. I'm coming home to vote, right? But at the end of the day, safety first, that's right. Come live, right? So I will let you know when I'm going up to 100,000. Yes, Rado, it's good to be on. It's been almost a year. It's been 10 months since I have been in houses out of coming live and saying nothing of substance. So if you can contribute, please do.
Dior, big up yourself, you know, mama.
Because while I'm here, I'm doing this for my safety, but I have to abandon my job. If you don't understand what I say. Right? I have to abandon my work for my safety. Sometime after that. So I'm living off savings. So if you can, yes, so if you can.
When you hear that, she have to abandon her work for her safety. Backside. Thing real, you know, bro? Thing real, you know? That's insane.
Just send me a gift or two. I'd appreciate it because a lot of what
people send me a gift or two or a donation, would appreciate it. If you don't send me, would appreciate it. But just I put that out there. Nah, I beg nobody not, but if you guys should send me a PayPal or a Cash App or a gift on TikTok, I would appreciate it. Or any other means. No, for real, would appreciate it.
I am saying is for educational purposes and it will help me along the way. So if you can, you do. If you can, you do, right? But me now company you come big.
No.
Alright? That's just it. But me just come here because I realize that the political climate in Jamaica is getting hot.
Oh yeah, it's turned all the way up. Lord have mercy.
So this is for my own safety. You understand? No, I do intend to come back. Whenever roadway, I do intend to come back. But this is for my own safety. Thank you very much, Yvonne. I really appreciate that. Yes. Sometimes your life, you have to value your life, right? And you know, if them try, they tried it last year in the local government to pin something on me. If I'm not in Jamaica, them can't call my name, come in a day, right? So I better stay with me there and beat them bad. Those work out a good time that we can do this every day. Not every day, definitely not every day, but every probably 2 or 3 times a week. Thank you, thank you, unknown and loyalty and love, unknown Gemini. Hi, Rachel. That's my daughter's middle name.
I got no.
Hey, Clutch Eye. Hey, Fontana, you're in Germany. Nice. Greetings.
I saw you tomorrow.
Greetings. But my day.
My goodness. All right, so somebody send me the link now. What they want me to look on. You see that perfect timing. So people, the whole of that video they may go edit it and may go put it. Yeah man, may I send them Patrick. Me see a message. I see a word. Class prefect send me something. Some NWC system test positive for E. coli, but no need to boil water. Yeah, me read it already in a class prefect. Yeah, man, me read the article there already, man. That's the first thing we actually do. And thank you for the update, my general. Respect. Let me see what I go on with this link, you know. Let me check out what I go on there, so. Alright. What did it say? Jamaica Children Address Parliament 2019. Oh Lord, let me play this.
Prime Minister, Leader, the opposition, and all other members of the House. Good afternoon. My name is Ngozi, and I am 7 years old.
Mighty God.
Thank you for letting us be the very first group of children in Jamaican history to stand here and present to you.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
With me are Tafari, who is also 7, Kino, who is 10, and Shanil, who is 18, and spent most of her...
And for full context, you know, say one young lady this, right? And this was what? How when this? Wow, this was 10 months ago? No, man, this look older than that, man. This look like boy in a early 2000.
Childhood in state care. We are here today as advocates for a violence-free Jamaica.
Talk truth, baby.
We love our country,
You hear that?
but we hate the violence that is hurting the bodies, minds, and spirits of Jamaican children.
Teach, baby, teach. Teach. Put them a teach.
We hate the violence that is making children so afraid. The violence that is taking their lives. We are very concerned about what is happening to all
2019, this 6 years ago. Oh, yeah, said to me.
children and what is happening into your children.
This young lady is so bright and polite and bold and intelligent. She has probably too much now. She has 7. She has 12 violent.
Honorable adults, listen to us, please. Many of us are afraid to go to...
No, more make you know say it's a Rasta man son this, you know. It's a Rasta youth this, you know. You hear him talk strong a while ago. Hold on there. Hold on there. Listen again. This is a Rasta youth, you know. Listen to this.
Honorable adults, listen to us, please. Many of us are afraid to go to school.
Can you hear this?
Afraid to go home. Afraid to go outside in our communities.
Mighty God.
We live in fear that we will be the next victims.
No, that youth are born for speak. I'm sorry for pause this so much. I'm sorry when I couldn't see. Because first time me I see this. So this is my raw reaction. You see when the youth say we, I beat the youth a beat in chest. Like so. We the youth them. Yo, the youth are talk from the heart. Yo, the youth are built for speak. What's your man?
Afraid to go home. Afraid to go outside in our communities. We live in fear that we will be the next victims of violence.
Wow. 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 Powerful. Powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fear is based on the heartbreaking reality that many of us are being bullied. Many of us are being beaten. Many of us are being sexually and emotionally abused. And we are being murdered. This violence started in the days of slavery, and to this day it continues. So I ask you, what are you doing to help break the cycle?
Wow. Good question.
One thing you can do is to listen to us. We are living with this violence every day. We are seeing it happen all around us, and we have a lot to say. Over the last 3 months, almost 300 children in 3 parishes spoke up about violence at sessions organized by UNICEF, the Office of the Children's Advocate, and Talk of Youth. We learned about the rights we have in the Convention on the Rights of the Child, and we reasoned about what it means to have these rights, like the right to share our thoughts as we are here doing today. Let me bring you into our world. I will now read some of the experiences of violence that were shared by children at these sessions. This is what they wrote in their own words. Number 1, between the age of 5 to 10, I was exposed to physical abuse. It was a case where I had been beaten to the point where it felt like nothing to me. Her excuse for beating me so harshly was that she was trying to discipline me, but still it didn't cover up for her scars that are left from her gruesome disciplinary actions that are still haunting me today.
Whoa.
Number 2, I have seen gunmen kill men. Number 3, I have been sexually abused by my father's friend.
Whoa.
Number 4, I have seen parents verbally, emotionally, and physically abuse their child or children because of their reports. The children were told that they were worthless and would not turn out to be anything good in life. This left the children feeling unwanted, deserted, and some even started to feel suicidal. Number 6, my grandmother lives in a very bad community. Number 5, dear Prime Minister, where I live there are a lot of pedophiles, so I'm afraid of going to the shops when it's dark.
Whoa. Whoa. This was 2019. Why Andrew on his face look like that after you say that? It's not the normal reaction I'll be looking for, but
Mister, where I live there are a lot of pedophiles, so I'm afraid of going to the shop when it's dark.
Not 2019,
Number 6, my grandmother lives in a very bad community, and sometimes I have to stay with her. Gunshots are fired very often. Most of the times it's with the intention of killing someone. Often shots are fired very close to her house. I have witnessed multiple drive-by shootings, stabbings, and people being killed at her doorstep.
Wow.
At my age, these things are very terrifying. These are only 6 of the hundreds of experiences that were shared by children just in the last 3 months.
Wow.
At every one of these sessions, most of the children had either experienced or witnessed violence. This means a lot of children in Jamaica are dealing with a lot of pain. Research from around the world shows that this kind of trauma can have negative effects on all aspects of a child's development, and it can have a lasting impact. Children who have been traumatized by violence have higher risks of school dropout, drug abuse, depression, diabetes, heart disease, and involvement with violence and crime. I don't want to live in a Jamaica where the children are so hurt by violence that they grow up to hurt themselves or to hurt other people. Do you?
Yo, listen, I gotta go over that by itself, man. Because the visual of this, not hearing it alone does not do it justice. I gotta go over that by itself. Sharon said I should play a video. Let me see what's going on here. How you send me now, Sharon?
Miss Chin now met dumb tech a vehicle.
Give thanks to life.
Hold up, what? Them a take a Miss Chin vehicle? How with the backside is? We can't play the music, but people, we get serious. Miss Chin hug up the truck. Miss Chin hug up the truck, the record take with the vehicle. So Miss Chin, you never know, say you have to abide by the rule them too. Remember say police them go hard for the blur now traffic ticket them. Remember say $1 billion everything not straight in Miss Chin. Remember good no man. You can't go like you want in a place and I want the right thing. And you make money, Miss Chin. Remember say I want to make all that money in Jamaica, you know? I want this now, Father God. I want to go on there, sir. I want to keep it, sir. This car is not at base. What? Understand he met someone online 3 days before he's missing. And went to meet up with him Saturday night. Right as to this month. So this someone are missing, this is a security youth are missing. What going on Jamaica? Let me hear this.
Burkina Faso has just made history. President Ibrahim Traoré has announced that all taxes on businesses, salaries, and foreign investments will be eliminated, turning the country into
What? Yo, this is Ibrahim Traoré. What? All taxes is what? Tax-free nation? Oh my God. Yo, listen, man. Listen. Yo, I am battling between going to live in Burkina Faso. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. Yo, I'm telling y'all right now, bro. Yo, y'all think I'm playing? I am really considering living in Africa. Facts. Because the leadership in Africa is changing for the better. They are managing their resources. They are doing it for the people. Hey, if it don't work out in this election, man, I might take a banana boat to Africa, man. I'm telling you that right now. If y'all vote back in Andrew Holness, I'm leaving the country. All right? Facts. And that's facts. Hell no, nigga. Listen to this.
Burkina Faso has just made history. President Ibrahim Traoré has announced that all taxes on businesses, salaries, and foreign investments will be eliminated.
What?
Turning the country into Africa's first tax-free nation.
Man, come
in his
on,
powerful
dog.
statement, Traoré declared, "For too long, my people have struggled under heavy taxes while foreign corporations drained Africa's wealth. From today, Burkina Faso will be the land of financial freedom. No more taxes, only prosperity."
Damn.
Why did Traoré take this bold step? Attracting global investors. With zero taxes, Burkina Faso is expected to become a magnet for billionaires, tech companies, and entrepreneurs worldwide. Empowering citizens. Workers will keep 100% of their earnings, while businesses will grow without financial restrictions. Ending Western control. Traoré believes that taxation has been a tool of neo-colonialism, keeping African nations dependent on foreign aid. Western leaders are furious. The European Union and the U.S. Treasury Department are outraged, warning that Burkina Faso is now a financial black hole that will destroy the Western-controlled tax system. A leaked U.S. government memo states, "If Africa adopts a tax-free system, global corporations will abandon us and shift their wealth to Burkina Faso.
Damn.
This is an economic threat. Elon Musk and billionaires are moving to Burkina Faso."
Bruh, man, you think they lying? If they pull this off in a tax-free nation like Africa that has all that wealth and is controlling it and not, listen, I ain't got no problem with Trump. I ain't got no problem with none of these things. Hey, do y'all thing for y'all country. But man, I love Ibrahim Traoré. Bro, this nigga is the shit. What? No taxes? Come on, man.
The announcement has already caught the attention of top billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and African business tycoons, who are now considering moving their headquarters to Burkina Faso.
Shit.
Musk tweeted, "A tax-free African nation? This is revolutionary.
Definitely.
Might build a Tesla factory there.
Definitely.
How will Burkina Faso survive without tax?"
See, Elon Musk is a businessman at the end of the day. Y'all gotta understand. A tax-free country with all the money that he got, man. See, Ibrahim Troy is a genius. I'm convinced. This dude is a genius. This young man, 37, 36-year-old, is a genius. They got gold there. They own their own refinery. He's trying to build a railway all the way from one end of Africa to the next end of Africa with the help of the other nations. They're trying to get railway systems from one end of Africa to the other end of Africa. At least at one end of Burkina Faso to the other neighboring countries that they have, ties with. That's a start. You're talking about trade. You're talking about speed. You're talking about easy to incorporate different nations from one end to the next. Neighboring nations that actually trade with each other and protect each other. What are we doing? You're talking about this country got this mineral, you got that mineral, and we trading it between each other. You're talking about, man, security. Don't even talk about security, bro. Technology. There's this dude in Africa called Maximus. What's his name? Chikimbutsu. He made vehicles, right, that don't use fuel. They don't use electricity either. All they use is it traps what is called radio frequency. Radio frequency is everywhere. So the vehicles, the system that's in it traps radio frequency and turns it into energy. And the more you drive is the more the car builds up energy. When you go home, you can use the same vehicle to power your house with electricity from the energy that's there. All right? See, in Jamaica, we got puppet leaders. In Africa, they're not trying to let the West know a lot about what's going on there. But if you all are paying attention, doing your own research, Africa is definitely taking a turn. Do you guys remember what happened in Kenya? When the kids went into the streets, the Gen Zs, and they said, hell to the no about that taxes. That puppet leader is trying to put in there. The fight is still going on, but I'm just saying, Africa is not quiet. Jamaicans are sleeping. We are being boiled and roasted at the same time, and we are sleeping and watching the government do it. Meanwhile, you have heads of state in Africa that are liberating their people. Liberating them. But the amount of corruption I think are going on in Jamaica, man, y'all just don't understand, bro. Y'all not ready for this conversation. I could tell. Listen to this.
Taxes. Many are asking, how will the country function if there are no taxes? Traoré has an answer. Wealth from natural resources, gold, uranium, and rare minerals will fully fund public services. A booming private sector will create millions of jobs, making Burkina Faso an African Dubai. Foreign investments and tourism will skyrocket, bringing in more money than...
Did he say African Dubai? Man, this dude is ambitious.
Taxes.
African Dubai, dog. Come on, man. Stop playing. What happened? Somebody trying to call me? What happened?
Following Traoré's move,
the hell going on?
African leaders have expressed interest
what happened to my Bluetooth?
Faso's tax-free model.
1 second, y'all. Somebody looked like they tried to call me a while ago. Something happened a while ago. Yeah, because I don't know. How comes my sound?
Some say this booming private sector will create millions of jobs, making Burkina Faso an African Dubai. Foreign investments and tourism will skyrocket, bringing in more money than taxes ever could. African nations are inspired. Is this the start of a financial revolution?
It sure is.
Following Traoré's move, several African leaders have expressed interest in studying Burkina Faso's tax-free model. Some say this could mark the beginning of...
I hope this is not AI. I hope this is real. I really hope this is real and this is not AI. Because they be doing a lot of AI stuff. Let me just say that from the rip. This is all alleged. If the allegations are true, this is a great move for Africa and the nations that are aligned with them.
Africa's economic independence from Western financial systems. What's next? The first tax-free business licenses will be issued next month. Western nations are considering economic sanctions to stop this trend. Billionaires from around the world are flying to Burkina Faso to explore new opportunities. One thing is clear, Traoré is rewriting the rules, and the world is not ready for it. Do you think a tax-free Africa is the future? Let us know your thoughts.
I mean, God bless Africa with so much. Anywhere that can do that is Africa, nigga. What are we talking about? If you want a tax-free country, you gotta look to Africa. Somebody just voice noted me. Okay, I can't play that. I can't play that. Somebody said, oh, wait a minute. Listen to this.
Dr. Tufton, your constituents are not happy with you, Christopher Tufton. They're not happy with you at all and the quality of the representation you're providing them. Yeah, that's another feedback. Dr. Tufton, your constituents are not happy with you, Christopher.
At some point, I'm going to tell the truth. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I can't do no. People, I'm going to know. You're not correct? So, I can't. What I not understand? No, but do you think I'm going to use that? That TV, TV. Yo, you know easy, yeah, man. People hear me, I say. Me I move now. Yeah, we have to give thanks. Look at time when we get on thing. Wanna big up on yourself. I don't do mango thing already, so thank you for all the likes and everything. Sooner or later for the next one. Tomorrow morning again, TikTok. You know what the thing go. Michelle, big up yourself. Say man, David. Simple pebbles. You know the word is love. That is it. Big up all of my moderator them. Yeah. So big up TikTok. Let me just exit this. TikTok come out. But this on my nose. Oh, I'm get the next batch. Mad. Get the next batch, man. I don't know them batch up the final. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the program. I hope that no music was interrupting the audio to the point where you guys can hear it. If there's any copyright, I'll have to mute it and trim it out. For those that are live, hey, listen, don't worry. I'm going to post the video separately with Mango and edit it so you can see it fully in. Yeah. One line of people. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Yo man, this is the first time I catch your life really, the first time I really catch your life.
Okay, respect my mass.
But me have to give my contribution.
Me can't stay more than a minute now, because I have to end it now.
Yeah man. Me just say something more about Chara, but since you want to end,
No, you can't. You have a minute, that may I say.
No, yeah, it's the voice note to me saying Chara.
Oh, me play it then. Me play the voice note. Me play it. Me play it. Alright, cool. Respect. Oh, generous, I'm going to play the voice note, people. Make me hear this. Sharon, me can't show the video. Which video you talk about? The one with the youth them? Or the one with the youth them? I'll go do that one next time, man. I can't do that now. I'll go do that one next time. I'm not in my normal space now. I'm not see my live like this. And then later know what time it is and I can hear the background noise. I'm not in my normal space. All UIC send me one video.
Well, you can see, yes, as you can see. Well, let me just say this to you. The JLP office, every member of parliament is here at the JLP office. Every member of parliament, every permanent secretary, see there, the prime minister, see there, the prime minister is here and reporting it to you. Every member of parliament in Jamaica is here at the JLP office. Every businessman, every permanent secretary, every chairman is here, and they are discussing the calling of election. PNP, I'm putting you on notice. I just went undercover at the JLP office, and every single member of parliament, prime minister, every single person are here, and they are discussing the election. Yes? So I'm saying to you, get your house in order and be ready, because I am not sure if Bogard has any message from any place in the world, but he is going to call the election. Based on what I'm seeing, the entire Belmont Road is blocked with every SUVs in the world, and every permanent businessman are here in order to discuss the way forward. And so, caretakers, everybody, so I'm putting it out to you.
People don't hear that. You want to know where me get this from? You wouldn't even believe. Random me get that message there. Jaja. So it look like they want to discuss elections, people. So they might tell the people them say, oh, forget ready. But anyway, I'm going to play the audio.
Yeah, one other thing Charles say where impress me, the man say, petty thief and all them things there. Him say him not prison them. Them not go to prison. What I'm talking to them is that them gonna work back and pay back all of them thief. You understand me? Pay it back. And when him done, him go incorporate them again in a society. You understand? In our prison them, it's only people commit big crime like murder and the big crime. They go to prison. But them stick a simple petty crime in our prison, petty thief, petty crime. You understand me? You go just work them, make them pay back.
Hey.
You understand me? And that sound good. That sound good.
Oh, that the boss they want to say, I respect my general. All right, people, me out. I'm out.